first of all, I would like to thank all the guests, the attendees, for hosting this event, for re-electing our Attorney General Mark Herring. And as you all know, Attorney General position is very important for the state because he is the one who will be responsible for implementing all the laws, all the regulations, and we want to make sure we have the right person in office. So it's very important that we vote for him. And thank you, Mark, for giving us an opportunity to assist you in re-electing, and it's a great pleasure for us. And also, thank you, Senator Bob, Senator Jennifer, Delegate Suhas, for attending this event. And we appreciate all your service to the community and to the state. And we look forward to working with you for many more years. Without further delay, I would like to give the mic to
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming here and making this event a very successful one. When an opportunity when Mark Herring, Attorney General, we've been supporting him for a long time. He called me a week or so ago and mentioned that, Jay, why don't you donate some money? I said, well, Mark, rather than me personally writing a check, why don't we do an event around it? And that's when, Sreedhar NagiReddi was already working with the campaign about doing an event. Then I called, Santhosh, Santhosh, would you be willing to host, our Attorney General? He said, yeah, Jay, what do I do? I never did this before, what's the process? And he graciously accepted it, and thank you for hosting, Santhosh. Not only hosting, it's not easy to do an event. You have to call all your friends, you have to get their favors, and doing that kind of stuff. So he's been on the calls, and we're trying to figure out how do we do this in a methodical way, etc. So thank you for doing that, Santhosh. So this election, every time whenever a politician is running for elections, they say this is the most important election of the entire generation. But I truly think, this election in Virginia is a very critical election, very important elections. We have to make sure that we elect Terry McAuliffe as our governor, and Hala Ayala as the lieutenant governor, and Mark Herring as our Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And like Santhosh said, Mark has been Attorney General for two terms now, 8 years, and he has done an amazing job. Where the state was in implementing, laws and gun control issues and minorities protection, etc. We have come a long way in all of those things, and we don't want to go back. We want leadership of Mark Herring to continue and protect all the minorities. Some of the things I want to highlight what he has done, right? During the COVID times, he made sure that we all have laws that we abide by, and we stay inside, and we take precautions. And when the vaccination came in, we take vaccinations. So it was instrumental in making sure the COVID impact in the state of Virginia was very minimal. And thank you, Mark, for that leadership. Gun control issues. NRA is right in our backyard, right in Fairfax County, Virginia. But Mark fought hard against NRA to make sure common sense gun laws are implemented in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Now the crime is down, now the law and order is much better. So many, and immigrants, right? There was a lot of issues against immigrants, crimes against immigrants, and he was able to prosecute and make sure this is a vibrant immigrant community. And Virginia is a state where we all can come in and start businesses, raise families. Thank you for all of that. I don't want to take much time, but and we truly appreciate, John is a Loudoun County king. Somebody told me. If you want to get anything done in Loudoun County, or if you want to have anything do it now, he's becoming the statewide, but John is always there, Mark, for any Indian American, for the community events is always there to support us. Thank you, John, for your continuous support, and Jennifer, Senator Jennifer Boyston, thank you for your support as well, attending the IT Serve meetings and other community events, and our own Suhas, Delegate Suhas Subramaniam, and thank you, Suhas, we're so proud of you. First Indian American to be elected to the House. Now we have 2 Indian Americans, I think, in the delegates. So thanks for all you do to the community and for the Commonwealth of Virginia. So without that, we have some special guests. I want to see if John, you take the lead. I think Jennifer, you have to leave little early.
I have to leave in just a quick second.
So if you can provide some comments, then John, you make the decision on how to
Jennifer, she's got it.
John and I work really well together, so we are partners in the Senate. And I just want to tell you, I have the seat that Mark Herring used to hold in the Senate. He was my senator for a while, and I can tell you I've known him since 2005. He is the real deal. He cares about our community. He is fighting not only at the local level and the state level, but at the national level to make sure that we have access to health care, make sure that if we have pre-existing conditions, we still have access to health care, that we have a fair and equitable community for all. He is exactly what we need in Virginia, and I am so proud to stand with him every single day. I could not be more proud to have him as a constituent. And then I wanted to say that, coming to a political event is not something that everybody does. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to write a check and to come out to this tonight. You are part of this process, and we need you as our partners. You are our partners, and by giving us your time and your energy and your enthusiasm, we're going to win all these races for Terry McAuliffe, for Hala Ayala, for Mark Herring, for Suhas Subramanian. He was on the ballot, right?
He is on the ballot now, yeah.
And the rest of the House of Delegates. So I want to thank my very good friend Shree, who has been a stalwart supporter and someone who calls all the time and says, we're doing this, and we're doing that, and we're doing this. He's always on the charge. And I want to thank you too, Jay, for all your work.
Sure.
And let's get this done. And thank you all for hosting us tonight.
The special occasion coming up?
And we have Diwali coming up. And so I'm looking forward to celebrating with everybody on October 30th. It's going to be really fun. We are going to celebrate bringing the light from the darkness. But to do that, we've got to make sure that we elect Mark Herring.
John?
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Jay, for all of your hard work, your beautiful wife. You all just do everything. You're wonderful people. I serve with Jay on the Small Business Council for Virginia. He does great work trying to fight for small businesses and creating opportunity, and a wonderful force of good, the two of you, the dynamic duo. Thank you so much for everything you do. Santhosh, thank you for opening up your doors here. Thank you. This is awesome to do this, and everyone for taking the time to come. And of course, Sree, I call Sree the Godfather. Sree knows everybody, and he is just a wonderful person and a force of good in our community. So I always thank you for everything you do. So as we go forward, I mean, thank you for the very kind words. But let me tell you, the real king of Loudoun County, Mark Herring. Mark, when I first got started in politics, he was the only Democrat out here. He was it. And Mark stood up and fought for good common sense things. He was a state senator. And as Attorney General, I agree with everything that's been said. I'll just say we had no progress on trying to prevent gun violence until Mark came along. And I know the people he fought against, because when I was the only Democrat on the gun subcommittee in the House, I was fighting against it by myself along with Mark. And it's a tough fight. And we want the kind of Virginia where our children can go to school, where we can, whoever has COVID, go watch a movie and be safe and not worry about gun violence. And Mark has also fought to make sure that everyone is treated equally and fair. When the illegal ban by the Trump administration was put up at the Dulles airport, Mark was there at night. He was fighting. And Mark has always been there to fight to make sure everybody gets a fair shake. Our strength in Virginia is our diversity. It's our diversity. And our diversity is what we need to celebrate. When Virginia had no diversity, we were ranked pretty low as a state in business climate. Now, number one. Our diversity is our strength. It's what makes our community beautiful. It's what we need to fight for. And Mark Herring has done that. When Mark Herring came in, he took over for Ken Cuccinelli. And I'm telling you what, he took us back a long way. And there was a lot of damage that was done. And Mark has not only cleaned it up, but he's taken us gigantic steps forward. And we cannot go back. We cannot. We refuse to go back. So I'm going to ask all of you, please, not just donate, but vote. Ask your family, ask your friends, ask your neighbors. Make a plan. Are you going to vote? What day? Where are you going to vote? In the morning? At night? If you have a plan, the stats show that you actually vote. So I'm going to ask you to go vote. Matter of fact, Suhas and I are going to go with former Delegate David Ramanand, who's a friend of mine, a Republican, and the three of us are going to go vote for Terry this weekend together. And you know, so that I think it's about what's best for our community, for our Commonwealth. And I asked the last thing is, please don't take anything for granted. A couple of years ago, people took things for granted, and Trump happened. Okay, we can't let that happen again. Our future, your future, our children's future is too important to do that. We need good people like Mark. We need good people that we can trust. We're in a tough time right now, and Virginia's come out of this COVID crisis in a really good shape. Now is not the time to take a risk. Now is the time to put our foot on the pedal and go to the better future that we all want and we know we can achieve. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for everything you're doing. Suhas, you're going to say something. You're going to sing National Anthem? You've been wanting to do it. Come on. My friend Suhas.
Only in the shower, that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being here. I see a lot of faces who helped me when I first wanted to run and who helped me get elected. So thank you all for being there for me. And I'm so proud that you're out here for our current AG and future AG, Mark Herring. Yes, absolutely. I think, if nothing else, two things I wanted to leave you with is one, the AG's office is an incredibly important office because no matter what we do in the General Assembly and all the great things we passed on preventing gun violence and everything else, the AG's office can choose not to prosecute certain crimes if it wants to. It can choose not to, and we've seen that in the past from the Ken Cuccinellis of the world. And Mark Herring has been there for us. He's made sure that certain laws that were bad for Virginia we treated them in a certain way, and he made sure that the good laws that we passed were prosecuted and that they were enforced. And so he's been there for a lot of us. Well, my first bill, I like to tell the story, my first bill in the General Assembly was a very, it wouldn't make the headlines per se, but basically I went up against a really big utility company in Virginia, and no one thought the bill could ever pass. And it was just a good consumer protection bill. And I didn't even talk to the AG's office about it. They just showed up to the hearing and said, the AG's office is here and we support your bill and we support what you're doing. And I think because of that and because of the support of Senator Bill, next week we're going to hear that the utility company is actually going to reimburse the people of Virginia over $300 million. Attorney General Herring's a nice guy, but I'll talk about his opponent really briefly. That his opponent voted against that bill. He has not moderated himself in this election with the things he has said. We wouldn't get a moderate candidate, someone who's common sense with his opponent. And so it's very important for all of us and for our everyday lives. We talk about presidential elections and showing up in 2020 and 2016, but the elections in 2021 are just as important, if not more important, to your everyday life. And making sure we have an AG who is there for us, who listens to us, who will sit down with our community. That's what we'll get in Attorney General Herring. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Suhas. Give me a big round of applause for Suhas standing up. The best deal he made is trading with John. So that's how John introduced me. Even before electing a official, he opened a restaurant called Tamarind. So give him a big round of applause. He's been there for the community. So thank you, Suhas. And now I want to introduce the Attorney General, Mark Herring. Mark's life is not easy. He's raised by a single mom, and he's now achieved the highest, one of the highest ranks in the state. So give him a big round of applause. So we all we know how much easy way we came or how hard way we came, but in America, with raising with a single mom and achieving those is a big thing. And he's a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from University of Virginia. Before attending University of Richmond School of Law, he and his wife Laura have been married for over 30 years. That's a great achievement too.
32.
So it's a family, and he knows the family values, and we trust in that, and we believe one time, commitment. So thank you. And he won his victories and dreamers, immigration, law, and all those things what we are here. Open look at Somireddy. He came here as immigrant, and he got green card in his office, and all these things happened because of the openness of the Virginia and the equality of the Virginia, common wealth distribution across the people. That's the beauty of Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you, sir. And bringing there are a lot more things. I just want to bring it up how you treated the COVID things, and especially for the taxpayers' money savings and military families' savings. And you have been there, as he said, NRA and all those things. So give him a big round of applause, and we are here to help him. We did an event recently, all the Asian Americans for Terry McCullough by Kamala Harris' husband that came. He was here, and I hosted the event along with Sreedhar Nistala. He gave the barn, so that was a great event. And he is the guy we need to go to. Any of the legal issues, anything in Virginia, if we need, Mark is the person. So we need to vote. The way we can do it is vote early. Right now it's open Monday to Friday. It is 8 to 5, and Tuesdays and Thursdays till 7 o'clock. And plenty of Saturdays they opened up Leesburg, Sterling, and Dallas, and 4 places in Loudoun County. So we want to make sure everybody votes and bring a change. This Diwali we want to bring the change in Loudoun and Virginia. We want to keep him up and down like Terry McCullough, Halayala, Mark, and Subhas, and David Reed, and Wendy Goodadis, all are from Loudoun. Thank you, sir. And I just want to say a few words about Jay. Jay is very active, and he's been dedicated long time here from a 0 to 1,000 people company. So give him a big round of applause for and supporting Kavita Garu. She's been a long-term community leader, and they just said, Batukama, Dasra, every time they used to have 4,000 to 5,000 people, but at COVID, there's 500 to 600 people showed up, so that's good. So I think over 1,000 people in and out, and more than that, so he missed, and John used to be big.
I'll be back. We'll be back.
So it's been a pleasure, sir. Thank you very much, and thank you. Wish you all the best. We want to see the victory band.
Well, good evening, everyone. First, I'll just say thank you so much for the welcome. And this is the part of the campaign where I've been traveling all over the state, crisscrossing Virginia. It's a great state. It's a diverse state. I absolutely love traveling around the state, but there is no place like home. And it is so nice to be back in Loudoun. Jay and Sri, thank you so much for hosting. And Santhosh, there was something that John and I noticed when we came in. You're very politically astute, and patriotic with red, white, and blue. Very politically astute.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank all of you for your help and your support. When we talked a little bit about, or others have talked about how Virginia, we've helped make Virginia just an open and welcoming place for everyone. And I think back to when I grew up in Loudoun, back in the 1970s. Dulles Airport was still pretty new. The county was still pretty agricultural, and there was not a lot of diversity at all. And as the airport grew, and we opened up our arms to the rest of the world to come to the region and to help it grow and be successful. We became much more diverse. Our economy became much more dynamic. And we became a better region and a better state because of it. And something else that really informs my work as Attorney General, in addition to having a front row seat at how the region has changed for the better, in private practice, before I was elected Attorney General, I either owned my own firm or I was in partnership with others. And many of my clients were drawn from the business and professional community. And that experience really helps inform how I can help businesses thrive and grow in Virginia. And a lot of the work that I've done has been to try to make sure that Virginia is a place that is open and welcoming to all people, that everyone feels safe and a full part of the community that they live in. And that has helped make Virginia the best state in America for business back to back. And we need to keep that going. We need to. I'm also really excited to be on a ticket with our 72nd and soon to be our 74th Governor, Terry McAuliffe. And our next Lieutenant Governor, Challa. Together, all of us really have worked to make Virginia a place that is safer, more prosperous, and more inclusive and welcoming for everyone. And we are up against a ticket that is hell-bent on rolling all that progress back. And we cannot let that happen. You've heard a lot about the issues that I've worked on as Attorney General, whether it's getting new gun safety laws to help keep communities safer, or protecting and defending health care from legal challenges, and making sure that our COVID safety measures are upheld. You know, on the issues that are among the most important in our time, voting rights, health care, gun safety laws, you know, our COVID safety measures, all these are being fought out in court. And it is going to fall to the Attorney General to say where Virginia stands on all of them, and to fight in a way that helps keep Virginians safer and improves their lives. And that's what my team and I have been doing every single day. We're up against someone who would roll all that progress back. He voted against every single gun safety measure we passed. He's opposed to the Affordable Care Act, voted against Medicaid expansion. I could go down the list. But you've heard from others. Take it from them, take it from me. This election is truly, really, really important. And your contributions, I can't thank you enough for those. But I also need you out talking to your friends, to your neighbors about what's at stake and why they need to get out and vote this year. Because there is no better persuasion tool, no better get out the vote technique than person to person, neighbor to neighbor, voter to voter contact. So thank you all so much for your help and support. I'll see you on the campaign trail.
No, I think a couple of things. The governor has declared, we've given a proclamation for Hindu Heritage Month.
Yeah.
So Sri wants to have
which we proudly celebrate in Virginia.
Yes. And people from other states, Mark, they say, oh, I just got this declaration. They're making it such a huge issue. And I thought, we have it done. We've been getting this done from our governor, as a matter of fact. So, I think what Sri is trying to do is so he can officially hand it to the community here, the declaration that that we got from the governor.
But I don't think you need to read more, but that is, what is.
So this is a certificate of recognition for Hindu Heritage Month, which we in Virginia are very proud to celebrate.
And so us, you want to, or
Diwali.
I'm going to get my glasses out. By the way, Diwali, we're all looking forward to celebrate Diwali. Sri, I'm looking to break my record. I only have done 7 Diwali festivals. I know we can do better. Diwali, known as the Festival of Lights, is the most celebrated holiday and most important religious festival in the Hindu calendar. Is observed, whereas is observed by Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and some Buddhists throughout the United States. Diwali originated as a harvest festival that marked the end of the growing season before winter. The word Diwali is a shortened version of the Sanskrit term Deepavali, which means a row of lamps, and a holiday celebrates the victory of good over evil, light over darkness, and knowledge over ignorance, as well as the Hindu New Year. Diwali is celebrated for 5 nights every year, where celebrants light small oil lamps, place them around the home, and other festive decorations, pray for health, knowledge, peace, happiness, hope, and wisdom. Loudoun County has a large Indian American population. It's actively involved in our community, schools, sports, volunteer efforts, and businesses, and these residents will observe Diwali beginning on November 2nd, 2021. Therefore, now it be resolved that Loudoun County Board of Supervisors and all of the citizens of Loudoun County recognize the many contributions Indian Americans make to our community and do hereby wish them a festive and enjoyable Diwali celebration.
Official holiday in Loudoun, thank you very much. And in Virginia, they declared as a Hindu Heritage Month, October. So thank you, recognizing the community and diversity. It's welcoming sign. Thank you.
They want to have a shawl.
Both of you want to do it? Okay.
Now it's an Indian tradition to facilitate. This is going to be the victory rally for you.
I can't lose now.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
And please stand.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you being here, and we are going to celebrate the Diwali with the victory. So you need to come, and there is a 30th is another Diwali event we are having. So please stop by and just celebrate it.
Thank you. On to victory on November 2nd.
Please everybody come, like we'll take a group picture.
And the dinner is also here.
Yeah, dinner and drinks is there, so we have plenty of food. Grab the food, and please take pictures. One group picture, everybody come this side, so we can take a picture. Please.
All right, Tommy, pressure's on.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the best one. Go to Rick.